Hello friends, welcome to Ray Academy and welcome to my new live class. And in this class, friends, we are going to cover weekly current affairs. Okay, and this is for the second and also for the third week, August 2022. And this session is presented by me, प्रभाकर झा. तो नमस्कार दोस्तों, स्वागत है आप लोग को आप लोग का मेरे इस नए सेशन में. और इस नए सेशन में जो आज मैं कवर करने जा रहा हूँ, जो आपका साप्ताहिक करंट अफेयर्स है अगस्त के सेकंड और थर्ड वीक का, जो कि बहुत ही महत्वपूर्ण है, इसे मैं डिस्कस करने जा रहा हूँ. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल कि इन दिस सेशन फ्रेंड्स आई विल ट्राई टू कवर द टॉपिक्स ओरिएंटेड टू मेंस एंड आल्सो फॉर द प्रीलिम्स एग्जामिनेशन. सो जैसे कि आपको पता है, हर एक क्लास की ही भांति इस क्लास में मैं जो हूँ आपका मुख्य परीक्षा और आपके समान अध्ययन के जो प्रारंभिक परीक्षा जो है उससे संबंधित जो तथ्य होते हैं करंट अफेयर्स का, उसको कवर करूंगा. बट basically I will focus on you can say means examination, means topic. That means ki you can easily write and you can easily solve the questions, okay, related to the mains. So I will try to cover the topics, okay. Basically you can say कि means oriented topic जो ज्यादा से ज्यादा कोशिश में करूंगा कि हमारा डिस्कशन हो, हम जो means के टॉपिक जो है उसे अच्छे से कवर कर सके, ताकि क्या हो सके कि हम जो है आने वाले समय में अच्छे से इसे परफॉर्म कर सके और अपना रिजल्ट जो है बेहतर कर सके. तो चलिए आगे बढ़ते हैं और बात करते हैं सीधा यहाँ पर फर्स्ट टॉपिक के साथ. सो लेट्स सी द फर्स्ट टॉपिक. एंड फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल फ्रेंड्स, हैप्पी ओके बिलेटेड इंडिपेंडेंस डे, देन बिलेटेड रक्षाबंधन एंड टुडे इज जन्माष्टमी. सो आप सभी लोग को जो जन्माष्टमी की हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं. और जैसे कि आप लोग को पता ही होगा कि हमारा स्वतंत्रता दिवस अभी बीता है, ठीक है, साथ ही में हमारे रक्षाबंधन भी जो बीता है. तो इन सारी चीजों को आप लोग को हार्दिक शुभकामनाएं. और आप शुभकामनाएं किन चीजों का? एग्जाम का. जैसे कि आप लोग का उड़ीसा का भी स्टेट सर्विस का एग्जाम जो है आपका, कुछ इसके न्यूज आए थे कि अक्टूबर में ऐसे होने वाला है. साथ ही में आप जो है यूपीएससी की भी तैयारी करें. सो दैट मीन्स कि नाउ यू विल हैव टू गिव more times, now you'll have to cover more topics. So that means you can easily crack the examination. So let's start with the first topic and let's see what is the first topic. And first topic is very important topic. And the topic is, friend, you can see here ki women's heroes, okay, what women's heroes of India's freedom struggles, India's freedom struggle. And if you'll talk about this topic, so basically ki this topic is related to modern history. Yes, of course, modern history, India's independence, struggle of freedom of India also we can say. ये जो टॉपिक है वो अपने आप में किससे संबंधित है? वो हमारे आधुनिक भारत जो है उससे संबंधित है. और ये आपका जो हम लोग कह सकते हैं कि जो हमारा सामाजिक जो पार्ट्स है, it is also related to the Indian society. It is also related to the Indian society. So let's start why we are discussing this topic. हम इस टॉपिक को क्यों डिस्कस कर रहे हैं? जैसे कि सबसे पहले आई ऑलरेडी टोल्ड यू कि दिस टॉपिक इज रिलेटेड टू द मॉडर्न इंडिया. ओके, दिस टॉपिक इज रिलेटेड टू द मॉडर्न इंडिया एंड मॉडर्न इंडिया इज very important for the any examination. Okay, not only for the you can say UPSC, it is also important for the state services. We'll have to keep in the mind. And then after that we'll have to understand, okay, what we'll have to understand ki what is the context. Okay, what is the context, why we are discussing, why this topic is in news. Okay, we'll have to understand. हमें ये समझना चाहिए कि ये टॉपिक हम क्यों कवर कर रहे हैं, ये आपका क्यों न्यूज में है, इसे देखते हैं. Yes, okay. Pallavi. So now let's move ahead. I was talking about the context. So if you'll talk about the context, कि in his 9th Independence Day, okay, our Prime Minister addressed to the nation, and we'll have to keep in the mind कि in this you can say ना कि speech of Prime Minister there were 5 punch, or also you can say 5 you can say na prun we'll discuss. So in his 9th Independence Day address to the nation from the ramparts of the Red Fort, our Prime Minister Narendra Modi held Nari Shakti. Okay, so Nari Shakti, as you know, Nari Shakti means powers of women. Okay, powers of women. So Nari Shakti, and also our Prime Minister said कि we should respect, okay, females in our day-to-day life. And Prime Minister urged people to not to do anything that lowers the dignity of women. So basically, we'll have to keep in the mind that dignity, okay, dignity of women is now important topic.
Sir?
Yeah, please ask.
Sir?
Yeah.
Sir, your voice is breaking.
Please come in network areas. Okay. So now let's move ahead. So I already told you what is the context. Context क्या था, संदर्भ क्या था, मैंने आपको बताया कि अपने 9वें इंडिपेंडेंस डे के भाषण पर हमारे प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने आपके लाल किला से नारी शक्ति के बारे में बात किया है और कहा है कि हमें कुछ अपने डे टू डे लाइफ में ऐसा नहीं करना चाहिए जिससे जो हमारी नारी है उसके जो सम्मान है उसमें कमी आए। अब कुछ जो हमारे आपके जो वुमेन्स हीरोज रहे इंडिया फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल्स के, उसके बारे में जानना चाहिए। वी शुड नो अबाउट द वुमेन्स हीरोज ऑफ इंडिया फ्रीडम स्ट्रगल। सो एज यू नो, झांसी की रानी लक्ष्मीबाई। लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द रानी लक्ष्मीबाई। And as you know, कि रानी लक्ष्मीबाई is a famous, okay, heroes of India, famous women heroes of India's freedom struggle. Okay, हम सभी लोग को पता है कि जो रानी लक्ष्मीबाई है वो अपने भारतीय स्वतंत्रता आंदोलन में महिलाओं की एक अग्रणी नेता जो है रही थी। If you talk about the Rani Lakshmibai, basically Rani Lakshmibai was the queen of the princely state of Jhansi, queen of the princely state of Jhansi. Okay, and she is known for her role in first war of India's independence in 1857. As you know about India's independence, you can say first war of India's independence, and that was 1857. Maybe I have discussed related to 1857 in any previous classes. Basically, there are various views related to, you can say now, India's first war of independence, yeah, revolt of 1857. Various historians said that it was the Sepoy mutiny. Various historians said that it was a class struggle between the, you can say, a higher class to lower class. Various historians said that it was a struggle between the civilization, Western civilization, Indian civilization. But Karl Marx and जो भी सावरकर, okay, said it was the first war of India's independence. Okay, Rani Lakshmibai was one of the most prominent leader during the 1857. Okay, and Rani Lakshmibai was born as Manikarnika Tambe. Okay, Manikarnika Tambe. Please keep in the mind. So Manikarnika Tambe, and when in 1855, and later on she married the king of Jhansi. She married the king of Jhansi. Okay, and after that we'll have to keep in the mind कि basically the Rani Lakshmibai, they were actually Rani Lakshmibai and her husband adopted a son. Okay, before the, you can say कि Rani Lakshmibai husband, yeah, before the king's death, and which the British East India Company refused to accept as the legal, okay, heir, and decided to annex Jhansi. As you know now, there were doctrine of lapse. Okay, doctrine of lapse, which was introduced by the Lord Dalhousie. Okay, Lord Dalhousie. If any princely estate, okay, if princely estate, ऐसे जो आपको बोला था कि princely estate, okay, does not has their legal heir, that means कि you can say ना कि blood son. So that means the princely estate will comes under the, yeah, also you can say will be captured by the Britisher. So Rani Lakshmibai and her husbands adopted a son, and basically the, you can say, a couple did not have the blood son. So that's why they were decision, okay, and Britisher decided to capture, okay, Britisher decided to capture Jhansi. Okay, Britisher decided to capture Jhansi, or decided to annex Jhansi. And so basically after that, jo Rani Lakshmibai, okay, Rani Lakshmibai refusing to, okay, cede her territory, and Rani Lakshmibai decided to rule on behalf of their, you can say now, husbands. Okay, and later joined with the uprising against in British in 1857. 1857. Okay, and she cornered by the British. Rani Lakshmibai cornered by the British, and she escaped from Jhansi fort, and she was wounded in combat near Gwalior's Fulbaugh. Okay, and where she later died. And during you can say 1857, Tatya Tope also met with the Rani Lakshmibai. Okay, please keep in the mind. So these things are very, very important. These things are very, very important, and maybe UPSC may ask a question because there are news related to this. Rani Lakshmibai married, yes, her husband's name was Gangadhar Rao. Okay, Gangadhar Rao. Yes, very good. Now also we'll have to know about, you can say na, I told you during the, you can say freedom struggle of India, there were so many female fighters, just like Matangini Hajra, okay, and then there were Aruna Ashraf Ali, then Lakshmi Sehgal, okay, then Kittur Rani Channama, then Kanaklata Barwa, okay, Vikhaji Kama, then Kamla Devi Chattopadhyay, Suchita Kriplani. So lots of, you can say कि women's heroes या female heroes during the India's freedom struggle. Now next thing and next fact, let's discuss about the uh, Jhalkar Bai. Okay, Jhalkar Bai. This is also very important. Jhalkar Bai. So basically, if you talk about the Jhalkar Bai, so soldier in Rani Lakshmi Bai. So Jhalkar Bai was the soldier in Rani Lakshmi Bai Women's Army and Durga Dal. Okay, so what was the Women's Army of the Rani Lakshmi Bai? Durga Dal. Okay, please keep in the mind. What was Durga Dal? So Durga Dal was basically related to the Rani Lakshmi Bai, and she rose to become one of the queen's most trusted advisors. Okay, most trusted advisor. And Jhalkar Bai basically known for putting her own life at a risk to keep the queen out of harm's way. Okay, well, so Jhalkar Bai. And basically, friends, till date, the story of her, you can say, warlord is recalled by the people of Bundelkhand, and she is often presented as representative of Bundeli identity. Okay, Bundeli identity. Do you know about the Bundelkhand? Bundelkhand basically spread in Uttar Pradesh. Okay, and then also in, you can say, in Madhya Pradesh, and in Bundelkhand they are basically now. Okay, there is you can say less water availability. Okay, and that's why you'll if you'll go through the news, so you'll get the news ki there's a famine in Bundelkhand area. Okay, now UP government is trying to, you can say, give proper water supply. Okay, basically UP government is focusing on drainage system. Okay, and Bundelkhand peoples is basically related to the, you can say ना कि brave things. जो बुंदेलखंड के जो लोग हैं वो आपके जो साहसी के रूप में जाने जाते हैं, क्योंकि एरिया में इतने चैलेंजेस हैं जो खुद जो है कैसे हो जाते हैं, पेट्रोनेज बोला सॉरी, साहसी हो जाते हैं, पेट्रोटिक हो जाते हैं। बेसिकली उनके अंदर नेशनलिज्म्स की भी जो चीजें जो है वो आती है, और वो बहुत ही अच्छे से कहते हैं एक सिंपल लाइन में कि बुंदेलखंड के लोग जो बुंदेली होते हैं, बुंदेली मतलब होता है कि साहस, उनका जो शरीर जो है बहुत ही मजबूत होता है, साहसी होते हैं, वो डरते नहीं है। ओके, so that's why ki Jhalkar Bai is a soldier in Rani Lakshmi Bai's women's army, Durga Dal, and she was brave. Okay, and she was basically related to the Bundelkhand area. So I told you about the Jhalkar Bai. Then next thing and next one is you can see Durga Bhabi. Okay, so Durga Bhabi is also known as the Durgavati Devi, and Durgavati Devi was popularly known as the Durga Bhabi, and basically कि दुर्गा भाभी या और दुर्गावती देवी was a revolutionary who joined the armed struggle against colonial rule. Okay, armed struggle against the colonial rule. And Durga Bhabi or Durgavati Devi was the member of Naujawan Bharat Sabha, and she helped Bhagat Singh escape in disguise from Lahore after the 1928 killing of British police officer John P. Saunders. Okay, so please keep in the mind that Durga Bhabi or Durgavati Devi help you can say Bhagat Singh. Okay, help Bhagat Singh. So that's why कि दुर्गावती देवी was also, you can say, कि बहुत ही साहसी थी, उन्होंने भगत सिंह को मदद किया था, वो नौजवान भारत सभा की मदद भी थी। 1928 में जो भगत सिंह को मदद किया गया था, उसी टाइम में हम लोग कहते हैं ना कि हुआ क्या था कि भगत सिंह जो है, और उस समय आपके उन्हीं के साथ जो है राजगुरु भी थे, और जो पी सॉन्डर्स जो था उनकी हत्या जो है कर दी गई थी। एंड लेटर एज रिवेंज फॉर द हैंगिंग ऑफ भगत सिंह, राजगुरु, सुखदेव, and she made an unsuccessful attempt to kill the former Punjab governor Lord Haley. Okay, so this is very important fact. Now this Rani, Gaidin, Gaidin Lu, also you can say, basically she from the northeast India, and she born in 1915 in present day Manipur, and she was a Naga, a spiritual and political leader who fought for the you can say who fought with the British. So that's why this is very important. Okay, and then also she was just 16 years old. Okay, when she sentenced to life imprisonment by the British officers, British colonials, and after being released in 1947, she dedicated her work to the betterment of the community. Betterment of the community means which community? Basically Naga community. Okay, Naga community. And you know, na, ki there is a demand for the separate state, Great Nagaland. Great Nagaland. Okay, Great Nagaland. And also, you'll have to know, ki anyone, can you tell me what is the official language of Nagaland? What
English,
is the
sir.
official language of Nagaland?
English,
Yeah,
sir.
okay, very good, very good. Okay, very good. So, Rani, Gadin, Lu, I already told you. And then also, do you know ki our first Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, okay, sorry, our first Prime Minister, Jawaharlal Nehru, okay, said कि Rani was the daughter of the hills. Daughter of the hills. Please keep in the mind. Daughter of the hills. Daughter of the hills. So Jawaharlal Nehru, okay, said कि Rani was the daughter of the hills, and he titled her Rani for her bravery. Okay, and it is to be mentioned that she was awarded a Padma Bhushan. She was awarded a Padma Bhushan. Yeah, this is also important. Padma Bhushan. When Bharat Ratna was started in India, anyone, can you
Sir,
tell me?
yes, sir.
When Bharat Ratna?
1954, sir. 1954.
Yeah. Okay, very good. Okay. Now let's move ahead and let's discuss about then there is a next female heroes is Rani Chennamma. Okay, and do you know why I'm giving so much time for this? You can say female heroes because there is a chance. Okay, UPSC may ask a question related to you can say these topics from the mains. Sorry, for the mains and also for the prelims. Okay, so UPSC may ask a question in prelims and mains. So please keep in the mind. That's why I'm telling you every facts, and I will also tell you the you can say na कि extremist female roles models during the freedom struggle. So Rani Chennamma was basically queen of Kittur, and she was among the first ruler to lead an armed rebellion against British rule. And as you know, where is Kittur? At present Karnataka. So Kittur was a princely state in a present day Karnataka. And on the eve of independence in India, according to NCERT, there were 565 okay princely estate. Please keep in the 565 princely estate. So this is very very important. And now let's move ahead. Rani Chennamma, I told you, and basically, ki Rani Chennamma fought back against the attempt to control her dominion in 1824, and after the death of her young son. Okay, after the death of her young son in 1824, and she had lost her husband Raja. Okay, Mallas, you can say Raja Malla Sharja in 1816. I'm Raja Malla Malla Sharja. Yeah, Malla Sharja in 1816. Okay, Rani Chennamma lost her husband Raja Malla Sharja in 1816, and she is seen among the few rulers of the time who understood the colonial designs of the British. Okay, now let's move ahead and let's discuss about the Begum Hazrat Mahal. Begum Hazrat Mahal is also famous female uh, ruler during the 1857, and after her husband's Nawab of Awadh, Wajid Ali Shah, she was exiled after the 1857 revolt, and she basically, along with her supporters, took on the British and also you can say wrested control of the Lucknow. So Begum Hazrat Mahal, okay, was the leader of the Lucknow during the 1857. During the 1857, you'll have to keep in the mind. Just like in Bihar, okay, you can say Kuvar Singh. Kuvar Singh was the leader. Kuvar Singh and Amar Singh was the leader. So this is very very important. In Meerut, you can say कि Maulvi, okay. Then there was also in Jhansi. I already told you, okay, Rani Lakshmi Bai, okay. So these things are very very important. You will have to keep in the mind. And Begum Hazrat Mahal was forced into a retreat after the colonial rulers recaptured the area. Recaptured the area. Okay, recaptured the area. And then after that, next female ruler or heroes, Velu, okay, Nachiyar. Velu Nachiyar is famous, okay, and basically Velu Nachiyar is important for your OPSC and also important for the various South, okay, state service examination. And basically, ki Velu Nachiyar, okay, she was born in Ramanathapuram in 1780, and she was married to the king of Shiva Gangai. Okay, Shiva Gangai also we can say is Shiva Gangai. And many years before the revolt of 1857, Velu Nachiyar waged a war against the British and emerged victorious. Okay, and after her husband was killed in the battle with the East India Company, basically Velu Nachiyar entered the conflict and on the support of neighboring king. And then Velu Nachiyar went on to produce the first human bomb as well as establish the first army of trained women soldiers in late 1700. So for the examination purpose, we'll have to keep in the mind that Velu Nachiyar, produced the first human bomb. First human bomb. Then second thing, also please keep in mind first army of trained women. First trained women's army. Okay, then women's army. And basically Velu Nachiyar's army commander Quli is believed to have set herself ablaze and walked into a British ammunition dump. British ammunition dump. So this is very, very important. So I told you about these things, and but there are also various female you can say fighters. So just like Matangini Hazra, I'm going to tell you the extra facts. Please keep in the mind. So first one is just I'm going to kill you. Matangini. Okay. Matangini Hazra. And he's also she is also known as Ata Gandhi Buri. Okay, Ata Gandhi Buri. This is very, very important. Okay, and then she was the leader during the Quit India movement. Okay, Quit India movement, and then in non-cooperative movement, and shot thrice by the British Indian police in 1942 during protest processions. Okay, so try to cover these things. Yes, Santosh.
Sir, can you explain, sir, last point of this letter?
Okay, so if you'll talk about Velu Nachiyar's, you can say army commander Quli, okay, is believed to have set herself ablaze and walked into a British ammunition dump. हुआ क्या था कि उनकी जो आर्मी थी, okay, जो Quli, so basically she helped British army. Okay, she helped British army. वो उन्हीं के साथ ब्रिटिश के साथ वो चली जाती है, लेकिन उसके बाद भी Velu Nachiyar fought with the British East India Company. Clear?
Okay, sir.
So please keep in the mind, you'll have to cover this thing. Matangini Hazra, Ona Ashraf Ali, then Lakshmi Sehgal, Kitu Rani Chandama, I already told you. Then Bikaji Kama, okay, Kanaklata Warwa, then Kamala Devi Chattopadhyay, Suchita Kriplani. So these were the female heroes during the national freedom movement. So this is really very, very important. Now let's move ahead and let's discuss about new you can say new topic. But I would like to know what is new topic. Significance of India's talk with the NATO के साथ जो हमारी बातें हुई है उसकी क्या प्रासंगिकता है, ये आपका न्यूज में था. इन सारी चीजों को हमें कवर करना है. We'll have to cover. Okay, so significance of India's talks with the NATO. First of all, we'll have to understand that this topic is related to the international relation. This topic is related to Journal Studies paper 2, international relation. And now let's talk about the context. What is the context? According to the Ministry of External Affairs, Jaishankar, okay, India held its first political dialogue with NATO. First political dialogue. First political dialogue with NATO. Okay, first political dialogue NATO. NATO means North Atlantic Treaty Organization in Brussels in December 2019, and has been in touch with the North Atlantic Treaty for quite some time now. Okay, and if you'll talk about the background, so basically India held its first political dialogue with the NATO in Brussels on 12 December 2019. Okay, please keep in mind, maybe this date will be important. 12th December 2019. 12 December 2019. Okay. And the Indian delegation attempted to assess cooperation on regional and global issue of mutual interest. Okay. And basically, ki mutual interest means ki interest for India and also interest for NATO. And the idea was to ensure the dialogue was primarily political in character and to avoid making any commitment to military or other bilateral cooperation. As you know, कि NATO basically North Atlantic Treaty Organization is a basically military organization. North Atlantic Treaty Organization is in news. Okay, is in news due to the Russia-Ukraine war, due to the Russia-Ukraine war, due to the Tibet-China's conflict. Okay, so for our examination, we'll have to know about the NATO. Okay, for the our examination, you'll have to know about the NATO. NATO is important for the prelims and also for your mains examination. Also for your mains examination. So I'm going to tell you about the facts related to the NATO. Let's see what is NATO. NATO, I already told you, NATO is a military alliance and it was established by the treaty. Which treaty? North Atlantic Treaty. Which treaty? North Atlantic Treaty. And it is also known as the Washington Treaty. It is also known as the Washington Treaty. And it was established on 4th April 1949. And why it was established? To sought the create a counterweight of USSR, that means the Soviet armies stationed in Central and Eastern Europe after the Second World War. And as we know, what was the period of the First World War? 1914 to 1918. And second, 1939 to
1942.
45. Okay,
45, sir.
Yeah. So I already told you that after the Second World War, by the North Atlantic Treaty or the Washington Treaty on a 4th April 1949, NATO was established. Okay, NATO was established. So this is very, very important. This is very, very important. And it was the first, also you can say it was the US first peacetime military alliance outside the Western Hemisphere. Outside the Western Hemisphere. They are basically Northern Hemisphere, Southern Hemisphere, Eastern Hemisphere, Western Hemisphere. Okay. So it was the first America's peacetime military alliance outside the Western Hemisphere. And basically, the NATO essential and enduring purpose is to safeguard the freedom and security of all its members by political and military means. By political and military means. Okay. And I told you in the context, India, okay, basically first time, okay, talked with NATO on 12 December 2019, and it was based on the political, not basically based on the military. And if you talk about the NATO headquarters, so it is located in Brussels, Belgium, and at present there are 30 currently members. Okay, and North Macedonia is the last country to join in NATO in 2020, and basically there is also news related to Finland and Sweden. Okay, Finland and Sweden also shown interest to join the NATO. Shown interest to join the NATO. Okay, so NATO is very, very important. Now I'm going to tell you about the extra facts related to NATO. It will talk about the objective of NATO. So basically there are two objectives of NATO. Okay, so what are the objective of NATO? Let's understand the objective of NATO. Okay, just a minute. I'm going to change the color of the pen. Objective. So if you talk about the objectives, I already told you there are two types of objectives. So first one is political objective, second one is military objective. Okay, military objectives. So if you talk about the political objectives, so NATO promotes democratic values. Which values? Democratic values. Because as you know now, America is the oldest democracy in the world and India is the largest democracy in the world. Okay, and so basically NATO focus on democratic values and enables members to consult and cooperate on defense and security related issues to solve problems and build trust and in the long run prevent conflict. Okay, and if you talk about the military objectives, as you know by the name military objectives, so what will be the military objectives? Basically NATO is committed to the peaceful resolution of disputes, and if diplomatic efforts fail, okay, it has the military power to undertake crisis management operation. And friends, also if you talk about the in a military objectives, there is one thing that is very, very important, and I hope ki everyone know about what collective responsibility. Okay, in NATO, most important thing is collective defense. Okay, collective defense clause of NATO's, and it was mentioned in founding treaty Article 5 of the Washington Treaty. So please keep in the mind Article 5. Okay, if we talk about the Article 5 of Washington Treaty. Washington Treaty. So it talks about the collective defense. Collective defense. So this is really very, very important. So Article 5 of the NATO Treaty or Atlantic Treaty. Okay, NATO Treaty or Atlantic Treaty, please keep in the mind. Okay, is related to the collective defense, and collective defense means if there will be attack on any country, any members of NATO, so that means ki NATO will basically understand ki there is an attack on every members. Okay, so please keep in the mind, this is very, very important. So collective defense clause mentions NATO's founding treaty, Article 5 of the Washington Treaty, or under a United Nations mandate, and alone or in cooperation with the other countries and international organization. So we should know about now NATO's collective defense. So what is collective defense? Can you tell me what is collective defense? Anyone? I told you, but please tell me with the details. Yes, Hasan.
One country will attack another country.
Yeah.
And that country is a member. The country which is being attacked, that country is a member of the NATO alliance. And then the other country will support the NATO country, and they will attack against the country.
Okay.
Collectively.
Okay. Yes, Santosh.
Sir, same point, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So same point, but we can say ki collective defense means ki that an attack against on ally, okay, is considered as an attack against all allies, just like Sasank told us. And the principle of collective defense is enshrined in Article 5 of the Washington Treaty. And friends, NATO has only once invoked Article 5. Okay, please keep in the mind, only once, on 12 September 2001. Please keep in the mind, when 12 September, I'm going to tell you, 12th September 2000, 12 September 2001. Yeah, 2001. 12 September 2001. And following the 9/11 attacks on the World Trade Centers in America, and NATO has a standing force on active duty that contribute to the alliance collective defense efforts permanently. And also, friends, NATO has taken collective defense measures on several occasions, including in response to the situation in Syria and the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Also, we can say, okay. So this is really very, very important. And I'm going to tell you the one fact, extra fact related to the Article 5, because my optional is political science and international relation, and also I am teaching PISIR optional. So that's why I can tell you the extra facts related to the everything. Everything means ki topics related to the polity or governance, or you can say ki political thought, ethics, international relations. So I can tell you the extra facts related to Article 5. The Article 5 is a key provision of the Washington Treaty, and that states that if one member of the alliance is attacked in Europe or North America, please keep in mind, it is to be considered an attack on all members, and that effectively put Western Europe under the nuclear umbrella of the US. Nuclear umbrella of the US. Okay, so this is really very, very important. Now, we should understand what are the significance of India's talk with the NATO. If you talk about the significances, so basically NATO engagement with Pakistan and China. Okay, so India wants to, you can say balance this thing. Basically, if you look at from the perspective of China and Pakistan, engagement with NATO, okay, engagement with NATO in bilateral dialogue, the India talk with NATO holds importance, and their views, okay, views suggest that in such a scenario, reaching out to NATO would add a key dimension to India's growing engagement with US and Europe. And also it is balancing NATO's perceptions. Okay, NATO also basically helpful for the maritime security, and then there will be convergence in the perspectives. both India and NATO share a common perspective on China, terrorism, Afghanistan, including Pakistan's role in Afghanistan. Okay, so that's why this is very, very important. Now,
Sir,
yeah,
sir, I have a question, sir.
yeah, please ask.
Sir, why India is not keeping interest with NATO in terms of military, except the political means, sir? As we also need in our needy times, sir, to escape from that attack, sir, sudden attack.
Okay,
Why, sir?
okay. If you'll go with the history of the Cold War, basically during the Cold War, okay, after the after the Second World War, India basically became independent, and after the independence, our first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru said, "Ki we will adopt non-alignment movement, and NATO is a military group." Okay, so that's why India do not want to join any military group. If India will join North Atlantic Treaty Organization, then there is also, you can say, ki group led by the Russia. Okay, group led by the Russia. And as we know,
WhatsApp pact.
yeah, WhatsApp Pact. Okay, WhatsApp Pact. There's also free group CETO, ball like this. Okay, WhatsApp Pact is important for the Russia. So NATO was the, you can say now, NATO basically established in the engaged of the WhatsApp Pact. Also we can say, and WhatsApp Pact. Okay, WhatsApp Pact for the Russia. So Russia basically create pressure on India. Please join WhatsApp Pact. Please sign WhatsApp Pact. And India do not want to join any military group. Okay, India believes in peaceful things, so that's why India do not want to join NATO. Okay, because India believes in, I already told you, a mediation. India believes in peace, believes in non-alignment movements, and this is the main foreign policy of India. India believes in non-alignment movement, just like
Sir,
yes.
so that's why, sir, India always remain neutral, sir,
Yes,
in
yes,
that
yes.
process.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's why I'm going to tell you. Just let's take example of Russia-Ukraine war. What India said, I will not take any stand, but there should be talk, there should be peaceful talk, and war should be stopped immediately. Okay, and that is the extent of the India. That means India basically believes in the non-alignment movement. So this is very, very important. But I'm going to tell you, okay, one fact. If you talk about the perspective of extending NATO's membership to India, if India will join, what will happen? Newer perspective of non-alignment. Okay, India refusal to join any military bloc at the time of freedom was based on non-alignment. But after the end of the Cold War, during 1989 to 1991, the situation changed, and NATO has built partnership with many neutral and non-aligned countries. Okay, then creation of deterrence. Although India is capable enough to secure its border, an alliance with the NATO would create deterrence for China and Pakistan to attack India under the provision of collective defense, Article 5. Then military strategic benefits. India would derive military strategic benefits from a partnership with the world's most powerful alliance. Then, but these are the positive things. But these are also negative things. What are the negative things? Conflict with NATO. Basically, NATO members have often found divided on how to share the military burden. And further, NATO members have also been found to disagree on policies related to Russia, the Middle East, and the China. And latest example is Russia-Ukraine war. Okay, latest example is Russia-Ukraine war. Okay, Article 5 basically it is related to the, you can say now, uh, if there will be attack, okay, on any member of NATO, so that means NATO will understand attack on every members, okay. This is really very, very important. Article 5 is a key provision of Washington Treaty, and that states if one member of the alliance is attacked in Europe or North America, it is to be considered an attack on all members. Okay, attack on all members. So this is Article 5 of NATO. So I already told you conflict with NATO, then endangering relation with Russia. If India will join, okay, NATO, so there will be, you can say, an impact on India's Russia relation. And as of friends, we can believe Russia, but we cannot trust America. Okay, so that's why. Then threat to sovereignty. Basically, an alliance with the NATO might ask for the establishment of NATO bases on India's territory, and it may even be considered an infringement of our sovereignty. Okay, so that's why this is very, very important. And there are also other concerns. India does not share a common ground with the grouping of Russia and the Taliban, and also NATO's views on China's are mixed. Okay, and but India is a member of Quad, just like Australia, India, Japan, and United States. And India's Quad membership is aimed at countering Beijing and alliance engagement with China and Pakistan separately through any sort of alliance with NATO is contrary to the premise on which Quad came into existence, and it would leave India with the, you can say now, the lopsided perspectives on regional and global security matters. So these are very, very important. Okay, these are really very, very important. Please keep in the mind. Now, let's move ahead and let's discuss about a new topic that is very, very important. And the topic is related to the Bangladesh river water deal. Okay, so what is the topic? In yes, Bangladesh river Bangladesh river water deal likely. So first of all, we'll have to understand that this topic is related to the IR, international relation. This topic is related to the IR. Please keep in the mind international relation. And then if you'll talk about what is the context. So after the 11 long years since the last highly potential chance was shattered, hopes resurfaced that Bangladesh and India may sign the long-awaited Tista water sharing deal. Okay, Tista, I'm going to tell you Tista, T-E-E-S-T-A, Tista sharing water deal. Okay, water deal. This is very, very important. And then what is the background? We'll have to understand the background. Okay, so if you talk about the background, so the draft of the Tista water distribution was finalized. Okay, what finalized? Please keep in the finalized and signed by the water resources secretaries of the both countries in 2011. In 2011, this is really very, very important, and we'll have to keep in the mind. But then Prime Minister Manmohan Singh could not sign it on 6 September, and that year, owing a last-minute objection from West Bengal government. And West Bengal government, as you know, is CM. Who was CM? Mamata Banerjee. Okay, it is a duty of the Mamata Banerjee. Basically, Mamata Banerjee is used to create a tussle between the central government and the state government, central government and the state government. So this is really also very important. Basically, everything was final. Manmohan Singh was just, you can say now, was ready. Manmohan Singh was ready to sign the documents, and that time before 1 hour or 30 minutes, there were objection from the West Bengal government, and then Indian government denied to sign. Okay, the pact between the India and Bangladesh. Okay, India and Bangladesh. And now let's move ahead for our examination. We'll have to know. Okay, analysis portion. What can we expected now? What can we expected now? This is really very, very important. So if you talk about what can we expected now, let's understand what can we expected now. So first of all, there is a strong possibility that an agreement on Kusiyara River. Please keep in the mind. First of all, Kusiyara River. Kusiyara River. Okay, Kusiyara River. And if you talk about the Kusiyara River that flows from Assam into Bangladesh. Kusiyara River, Assam into Bangladesh. Okay, Assam into Bangladesh. And then India and Bangladesh have 54 transboundary river. How many? 54 transboundary river. 54 transboundary river. Okay, 54 transboundary river, and that are part of the drainage system of Ganga, Brahmaputra, Meghna basin. Ganga, Brahmaputra, Meghna basin. Please keep in the mind. 54 Ganga, okay, Brahmaputra, okay, and Meghna basin. Ganga, Brahmaputra, and Meghna basin. Okay, and then after that, if you talk about as a result, the issue of water distribution of the Tista River, okay, will take precedence. And friends, apart from the Tista River, okay, so apart from this, Feni, Manu, Mohuri, Khoal, Gomti, Dharla, then Dudhkumar rivers also be discussed. But we'll have to keep in the mind what? Key only Tista river. But according to me, we should discuss the historical background of India's and Bangladesh conflict. Okay. So if you understand the historical background, so we can easily understand the topic. Okay. We can easily understand the topic. So if we'll talk about the historical background, in 1961, okay, in 1961, India released plans to build the Farakka barrage. Farakka barrage. Okay. Which one? Farakka barrage in 1961. Farakka barrage. Okay. Farakka barrage in 1961. In 1961. Okay. Farakka barrage in 1961. And it is 17 kilometers upstream from the border of Bangladesh. And the purpose of the Farakka barrage was to divert water from the Ganga to reduce silt buildup in Calcutta port. Okay. And diversion of water from the Gangas and severe consequences on water availability downstream in Bangladesh. And also you can say due to the changing rainfall and water use patterns, upstream in Nepal have since further exacerbated water stress along the Gangas, and leading to the inequitable distribution of water based on the requirements of the 1996 treaty. And diplomatic relation regarding water cooperation remains continuous. And then India and Bangladesh established the Indo-Bangladesh Joint River Commission. Okay, Indo-Bangladesh Joint River Commission. Indo-Bangladesh Joint River Commission. Joint River Commission. It was established in 1972. It was established in 1972. Okay, 72. And now let's move ahead. And now let's come to the main topic. What is the main topic? Main topic is we'll have to understand what is the Tista River disputes. If we'll talk about the Tista River dispute, so basically the Tista River dispute is regarding water sharing of the Tista. Tista is a river, and at present India has more water. Okay, more water share than Bangladesh. More water share than Bangladesh, and this is really very, very important. Okay, and now if you'll talk about ki at present time India is getting more water than Bangladesh, we'll have to know. Now let's come to the important facts for the examinations. Ki what are the facts related to the Tista? So basically, ki the Tista River originates in the Tista Kangse Glacier and flow through the state of Sikkim and West Bengal before entering Bangladesh. Okay, so origin Tista Kangse Glacier. Origin is Tista Kangse Glacier, and it is a tributary of the Brahmaputra River. So Tista is a tributary of Brahmaputra River, and as you know, Brahmaputra is known as the Jamuna River in Bangladesh. Okay, and then if you talk about the Tista River, it crosses the Rangpur region of Bangladesh and joins the Jamuna River at Chilmari. Jamuna means Brahmaputra River in Bangladesh. Okay, and Meghna, that means ki Ganga is known as the Meghna in you can say na ki Bangladesh. Okay, and if you talk about the length, okay,
Sir?
yeah.
Sir, Meghna River? Yes, sir, Padma.
Padma River, sorry. And if then there is a, you can say, combination of the Brahmaputra and Ganga is known as the Meghna, and Ganga is known as the Padma. Sorry, yeah. Thank you. So now let's move ahead. I already told you, Tista River crosses the Rangpur region, and if you talk about the length, so that is 414 kilometer, and it basically flow through the West Bengal and Sikkim, and then enter into the Bangladesh in Rangpur region. And it is the fourth largest transborder river shared between India and Bangladesh after Ganga, Brahmaputra and Meghna river system. And if you talk about the total catchment area, that is 1.75 million square kilometer. And I already told you there are 54 transboundary river between India and Bangladesh. And first, if you talk about in the chronologically order with according to the length, so first one is Ganga, then Brahmaputra, then Meghna, and then Tista. Okay, Tista. So these are very, very important. And as you know, we have discussed Brahmaputra river is known as the Jamuna in Bangladesh. Okay, and yes, and Ganga is known as the Padma in Bangladesh. So please keep in the mind. And now let's move ahead and let's discuss about the new things. Okay, कि Tista River dispute and their timeline of the negotiation. I will not go in a timeline, but it was started in 1972, because in 1972 Joint River Commission was established by India and Bangladesh. Okay, India and Bangladesh, and you can say by the help of Indo-Bangladesh Treaty of Friendship. Then in 1983, there were, according to the agreement, ki ad hoc sharing is valid till 1985. Then in 1984, then 1998, okay, then 2011, but in 2011, an interim data was supposed to last for 15 years, gave India 42.5% and Bangladesh 37.5% of Tista water. Now let's understand the facts. What are the importance of Tista River to Bangladesh and India? Okay, Bangladesh and India. There's a news. Also, there were report. Okay, and report was in news in 2013. Yes. So according to the report of the Asian Foundation in 2013, Tista River's floodplain covers about 14% of the total cropped area of Bangladesh and provides direct livelihood opportunity to approximately 73% of Bangladesh population. And Tista is the lifeline of the North Bengal, and almost 6 districts of West Bengal are depend on the waters of Tista. So we can say that Tista River is important for India and also for the Bangladesh. Okay. And now we should understand what are the stand of Bangladesh on the Tista River disputes. So Bangladesh said India already enjoys a share of 55% of the river water, and Bangladesh claims 50% of the water between December and May every year, because that means the water flow to the country drops drastically. And friends, over 1 lakh hectares of land in Rangpur, and Rangpur basically is a rice wall, okay, rice wall, and cannot be cultivated for winter crops due to the excessive withdrawal of water by India. And Bangladesh demands a fair share of river waters during the dry season also. So this is very, very important. So I have.
Sir, what is the percentage of water sharing between India and Bangladesh on the river of Tista River?
Okay. So basically, if you talk about at present, I already told you India's enjoy 55% of the water. You can say river water. That means Tista rivers 55%, and Bangladesh claim, Bangladesh said we need 50% of the water between December and May. Okay, but in 2011 there were a deal. India, okay, basically will enjoy 42.5% and Bangladesh will enjoy 37.5% of Tista water. And but there's a views of Bangladesh India already share 55% of the water river, and so that's why we need 50% of the water between December and May. But according to 2011 deal, okay, India basically is using 42.5% and Bangladesh is using 37.5% of Tista water. India.
Sir, thank you, sir.
Okay. So now topic is understanding the rule for displaying the displaying the tricolor, and this is in news. So that's why I have covered these things in this you can say class. So let's move ahead and let's discuss about these things, because flag code is in news. So we'll have to know about the flag codes. Okay, and then there's also news related to the new rules of the flag. Okay, so let's understand. And this topic is related to the polity and governance, general studies paper 2. Okay, general studies paper 2, polity and governance. And then if you'll talk about the context, what is the context? So basically, friends, if you talk about the context is to commemorate the 75th Independence Day. Indians actively participated in the government's Har Ghar Tiranga campaign, and being held under the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav program by the Cultural Ministry. So for our examination purpose, we'll have to know about the flag code of India. Okay, so we'll have to know about the flag code of India. If you'll talk about the flag code of India, okay, so according to the flag code of India, paragraph 2.2, and it was basically paragraph 2.2, effective from the 26th Jan 2002, any person, organization, private or public, or educational institution can host or display the tricolor, okay, on all days or occasion in accordance with the dignity and honor of the national flag. Okay, and if you talk about the flag code of India, there is also mentioned it to the dimension, and dimension should be basically, you can say 3:2. Okay, 3:2. This is important for the one-day examination. Okay, and there is also mentioned it to the material. After an amendment on 30th December 2021, the material of flag has been decided as hand spun and hand woven or machine made. Okay, cotton, polyester, wool, silk, or khadi bunting. Okay, and friends, if the flag is placed in the open or on the house of a member of the public, it may be flown day and night. But before the amendment, there were provision only during the day. Okay, not in the night. And now also we should understand what is not allowed. Basically, it is against rules to display a damage, okay, national flag, and no other flag or bunting shall be placed higher than or above or side by side with the national flag, and nor shall you also can say nor shall any object including flowers or garlands, emblem be placed or above the you can say na flag mast from which the national flag is flown. Okay, and the tricolor should never be used as a festoon, rosette, and bunting for a decorative purpose. Okay, and no advertisement should be also you can say na festoon to the pole from which it flies. जिस पोल में आपका तिरंगा लगा रहता है, फहराता रहता है, उसमें आप एडवर्टाइजमेंट भी नहीं लगा सकते हो. Okay, and a person is forbidden by law to use the national flag as a portion of a costume or uniform. आप costume or uniform के रूप में भी नहीं पहन सकते. And basically there was a case related to the fundamental duties कि सचिन तेंदुलकर ने अपने बर्थडे के ऊपर जो केक जो काटा था, ओके, स्क्रीन इज विजुअल, प्लीज ज्वाइन, केक जो काटा तो तिरंगा का बना हुआ था. तो केस जो है सुप्रीम कोर्ट में चला गया था. सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने उन्हें बोला था कि आप ऐसे आगे नहीं करिएगा, ठीक है, बिकॉज आप तिरंगा को तो नहीं काट सकते ना, आपका केक ही क्यों ना हो, फिर भी नहीं काटना चाहिए. ठीक है. So now this is unethical, and also it is against the fundamental duty. Okay, so basically we should respect our fundamental rights, and we should follow our fundamental rights. We should follow national flag codes. Okay, and there is also punishment for disrespecting the flag according to section 2 of the Prevention of Insult to Honor Act 1971. Please keep in the mind. Now, okay, National Honor Act 1971 is very, very important. So section 2, okay, section 2 of the Honor Act 1971, National Honor Act, okay, 1971, whoever in public place destroy or tramples upon the Indian national flag shall be punished with the imprisonment for a term which may extend to 3 years, or with a fine, or with both. Okay, or with both. So this is really very, very important. You will have to keep in the mind. Okay, now let's move ahead. Yes, Amia, please ask. Amia.
Sir, national flag code in the year 1972, sir.
No, basically national there is a Honor Act, Prevention of Insult to Honor Act, and recent amendment in national flag code is basically on 30th December 2021. Okay, 30th December 2021. And if you talk about the flag code of India, first time flag code of India was you can say started in January 26, 2002. Okay, and recent amendment is recent is amendment on 30th December 2021, and this is really very, very important. Okay, really very, very important. Please keep in the mind. Now, yes, there's also news related to the, you can say now, one of the most important you can say key topic, Criminal Procedure Identification Act 2002. So in this topic only you will have to know about NCRB, IPC, and CRPB. Okay, you can say now criminal penal code. Okay, criminal penal code, or also criminal penal code. This is very, very important. And also you can say Criminal Procedure Identification Act 2022. This is a new act. So CRPC, Code of Criminal Procedures, important. Then IPC, Indian Penal Code, is important. And National Crime Record Bureau is important. So please keep in the mind and try to cover these things. Okay. And now so thank you so much for joining this class, and I hope you enjoy class, and this class will be very, very helpful for your upcoming examination. Thank you so much for joining this class, and we'll meet in.
Thank you, sir.
And may God bless all of you. Good night.
Thank you, sir. Good night.